Patrick, in a season where a lot of games went down to the wire, you were in every single game. Was it tough to see this one slip away in the second half?
Yeah, definitely not the way we wanted to finish. This is just where we are at this point of the season, eliminated from the playoffs. So many games coming down to the wire. Obviously, not able to finish those games and come out here today to lose the way we did is very disappointing. We have a lot of soul searching to do come Sunday, before, during the week, and see if guys still want to put some good tape on film. That's what it's all about. Right now, we know this team won't look the same next year, but it's all about going out there and putting your best foot forward every single play.
7-9, but with the talent this team has, how surprised are you when you just see the record and the playoff team with the talent?
Yeah, talked about it all off season, talent everywhere across the board, but you have to go out there and execute, at a high level when you're going out on the field on Sundays. And that's just, we had times of that. We had times where we executed very well. We had times where we had laps. So we just have to find a way to just play consistent football, team football. Offense can be on one game and the defense not playing well. Defense can play well one game and the offense not playing well. We can't have that, that back and forth, throughout the season. We have to be able to play complementary football, and we did that at times, and we didn't do it at times. And when we didn't do it, it hurt us. So, moving going forward, I know that's something that we harped on all year. Hopefully that can be a huge point of emphasis next year from here. So it's a lot of tape to build on from this year because like I said earlier, we was in every game this year. I believe we set a record this year by 12 games with losing by one score. So we have a lot to build on. Proud of the group that Zim put together for this 53-man roster, and guys fought each and every game. We came out to battle. Unfortunately, we just didn't get the W's that we needed, and we didn't execute to the best of our ability.
Two field goals, did you feel like you were stemming the tide at one point and knowing that we can't just keep doing this because then Aaron Rodgers is going to bite us?
Yeah, Coach talked about it, earlier, after the game, offense not able to sustain drives. I can't even find the time of possession, but I knew it was lopsided on that, in that standpoint. So, as an offense, we have to be able to sustain drives. As a defense, we have to be able to get off the field because there was a couple of times that we had opportunity to get off the field and we wasn't able to. So, those are just some of the things that I talk about with complementary football. Didn't do it. I thought we, did a great job of slowing, Aaron and the offense down in the first half. I believe they ended up with 20 points besides that last touchdown before halftime. I thought we played pretty solid, and second half we couldn't stop a nosebleed.
Zim said that the coaching staff had talked about maybe having somebody shadow Adams.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what were kind of those conversations and the decision to where you guys didn't do that until later?
I wasn't a part of the conversations about, we just went about a normal week throughout practice. I kind of knew that, if he was hurting us, that they would probably call on me to start covering him. But we had good coverage on him all game. Aaron was making some great throws. Chris was in position a bunch of times. It was just that Aaron and Devontae connection. That seems to be so hard to stop right now, especially with that back shoulder fade. That's just one of the most lethal throws in the game, and Aaron and Devontae have that down very very good. But coming out of halftime, coach told me that I will be shadowing Devontae. That's what I did, and unfortunately the game was a little bit out of hand, so they kind of ran the ball, to try to milk the clock as much as they could.
What do you think it took till halftime? Because by halftime you already had 118 yards.
Well, I can't tell you what why the decision wasn't made earlier. But me as a ball player, I'm always ready when my number is called.
Was it hard looking and seeing what's going on the other side in that first half?
It was, but like I said, Aaron was making some great throws. It wasn't like Chris was out of position at all. He was right there. He was, just making some bang throws. And as a corner, that's tough on us because those 50-50 balls, you kind of want to come down with it I like to call them 51-49. You know, I want to be on that 51% side. But like I said, Aaron was making some great throws. Chris was in position. And, you know, there's just something as a DB. You know, it's just something we have to live with.
You talk about how the team's going to look different next year. You don't know if you're going to be here. A team that doesn't make the playoffs 2 years in a row. Sometimes coaching staffs are fired. I mean, there's so much that rides on this. Do you guys feel that in the locker room, and what's the feeling, knowing that things could just kind of go like that?
Well, you know, that's something that's out of our control. As players, we just want to continue to come into work, you know, fight, go to war for our coach, you know, be a disciplined football team, you know, go out there and just try to get it, because we know you're judged off W's in this league. But I believe Zim is a great head coach, has a great connection with his team. It's just, like I said, just a lot of those games we just weren't able to finish, you know, and at the end of the day, that's not a coaching problem. You know, as players, we have to go out there and execute, you know, the plays that's called upon us, you know, to make the play or, you know, survive that down. And, you know, as players, that's just something that we didn't do a good enough job at. So as players, we have to look ourselves in the mirror as well, to come out and play better, you know, be on the same page at all times better, you know, because we see when we do it good, you know, it looks good. When we do it bad, you know, obviously it's not bad it turns out bad for us. So coaching decisions, coaching changes, that's something that's out of our, you know, our control. You know, that's, you know, up to upper management. But I think Zim is definitely the guy for the job.
You've been available to us just about every week.
Say it again.
You've been available to us just about every week, win or loss, and we're obviously grateful for that. But do you feel like you've had to take on a lot more accountability for this group?
No, not at all. You know, with me, I understand my role coming into this team. You know, being one of the older guys on the squad, a captain, a leader. You know, someone that's looked upon. You know, and you know, and I embrace that. You know, because you know that's, you know, always how I envision myself as a player. You know, being, you know, a focal point of a group. And, you know, and I love this group to death, and I tell them that all the time. You know, being here with Harrison and Xavier. You know, having an opportunity to get Chris on the field now, Cameron. You know, we have a good young group, and we have a good nucleus, and I just want to continue. You know, if I am able to come back here next year, just continue building on what we was able to start this year. So I feel I did enough, you know, to obviously that decision is out of my hand as well, but I feel I left it all on the field to, you know, hopefully sign back here next year. You never know.